Anyway, so let's watch what Ben Shapiro said. Fascism is not federal law enforcement enforcing the law against rioters and looters, and they are arresting rioters and looters in Portland, not mere protesters. Fascism is the Chinese government shuttling Uyghurs by train to concentration camps. Ironic coming from the guy who literally said we should shuttle Palestinians to a different area in what he literally called a final solution. So that's pretty funny. When Israel does it, it's okay. Ben, when Israel does it, it's totally good and valid. Shapiro coming out against the concentration camps against the Uyghurs. I'm sure he truly believes that. I'm sure he genuinely feels terrible that Muslims are being locked up and being shuttled into concentration camps when he has literally advocated for that exact same thing. It is insane. He wrote this. I have to show you the exact article that he wrote. It was a long time ago, but absolutely nothing about his opinion on Palestinians has changed since then. So don't tell me it's an old article and it doesn't reflect his current beliefs, okay? The Palestinians like to bomb shit and live in sewage. Israelis like to build has not changed fundamentally in Ben Shapiro's mind. That's something that he said that, by the way. Transfer is not a dirty word. Here it is. Yeah. I don't like doing old... I don't like pulling old shit. This is from 2003. I don't like pulling old shit if someone has demonstrated that they've changed their minds. If someone has changed their minds and is clearly of a different mentality. He was 8 when he wrote that. Well, he's 12 right now, so I don't know how he was alive in 2003. But regardless, this is indicative of his current opinion as well. His current opinion is still that Palestinians suck dog shit and deserve to be fucking cleansed. That did not change. Ben Shapiro's mind on Palestinians did not change. This is just a more mask-off moment for him. If his mind had changed, I would not be using this against him. Or I would literally pull this up just to say, this is what he said. This is not reflective of his current beliefs. How do you know? I don't know. Keyword search Israel in any number of Ben Shapiro tweets or Palestine. Anyway, but yeah, here he said, if you believe that the Jewish state has a right to exist, then you must allow Israel to transfer the Palestinians and the Israeli Arabs from Judea, Samaria, Gaza, and Israel proper. Transfer them. It's an ugly solution, but it's the only solution. Some might say it's a final solution. The Arabs accept it because for them it's a Trojan horse. The Israelis accept it because they're afraid if they expel the Arabs, they will be called Nazis. Israelis should do Nazi shit and not be afraid to get called Nazis. Just imagine the psychotic, bloodthirsty nature of a young conservative Ben Shapiro writing an article about how horny he is to do a final solution on Palestinian Arabs, dude. 19 years old. This is why abstinence-only education is damaging. Because when you stay abstinent this way, and in Ben Shapiro's world, obviously, there were a multitude of different reasons for why he was a virgin until marriage. You just get horny for genocide and ethnic cleansing. And it's very weird. It's a very weird thing to think these things when you're 19 years old. It's not that weird now with the alt-right, but goddamn, dude. My man was just writing this in town hall. Hilarious that Ben Shapiro is now defending Muslims being shipped off in the concentration camps when he himself literally advocated for it. And not only that, but he does not care. He does not care about, like, keyword search Guantanamo Bay with Ben Shapiro. Let's see the constitutional reason for it. Here's a guy who is known as the free speech advocate, the free speech warrior, right? Because he wants to be able to be transphobic on the main page without liberals attacking him. And that's why he's a free speech warrior who advocated to press sedition charges on Al Gore. He wanted Al Gore to go to jail for talking to the Saudi Arabians. He's like, we need to send Al Gore to jail on sedition charges. That's like literally the fundamental violation of free speech right there. If you bring up sedition, you are not a free speech warrior. Not only that, but he also wrote an entire book about how pornography is immoral and should be banned. One of the goals of Gitmo is gathering intelligence for non-Article 3 purposes. Terrorists don't have constitutional rights. I love that this person said, hot take, maybe he just changed his mind and morals shifted and is becoming a better person. Yeah, I guess that that journey to becoming a better, more moral person took a sidestep in 2016 when he was still advocating to keep Gitmo open. Ben Shapiro is not against the things that he wrote about in 2003 in this day and age. He might have gotten a little bit better at readjusting his perspective. Like, he doesn't openly say homosexuality is degenerate. He has now shifted his target over to trans individuals and he simply says homosexual parents should not be able to adopt children before straight parents. Like, he's trying to find whatever socially acceptable way of being homophobic still to this day. He's like, you can't be a homosexual and a Jew at the same time. Things like that. He just reshifts his conversation from Marxist professors are bimbifying your children in colleges and English professors are turning your kids gay, which is another thing that he wrote way back in the day, to homosexuality is kind of fine, but if you're my friend and you're gay, I'm not going to celebrate your marriage because it's sinful and immoral. And also, you know, I just, while I advocated against gay marriage, once it was legalized, I knew that I could not consistently and openly say that and run in liberal circles and get, you know, New York Times pieces written about me, calling me the intellectual gladiator from the likes of Barry Weiss, rest in piss. So he has tried to reshift his rhetoric to allow him to still remain in these liberal circles. That's precisely why he lives in Los Angeles. And he wants his kids to go to LA schools. He wants to be known as the person that is still acceptable in liberal discourse while still agitating for the same kind of fascist leanings that more mask-off racists advocate for. Map of mask wearing in the U.S. versus total case count in the U.S. See if you can spot the pattern. I love this. This is great. Yes, wearing masks is actually the reason why people are getting sick. This is a brilliant, a bold analysis, a brilliant and bold analysis from the likes of Ben Shapiro, the intellectual giant. Here's another, let's see. Let's pull up another map. I'm not a very smart guy. I'm nowhere near as intelligent as Ben Shapiro. I can't speak as quickly as he can. I mean, he is a, let's see. Let's look at another map. I'm just going to pull another map here, okay? Wait, what? Wait, no way. That's crazy. Wait, why does this seem so similar to that map? Wait, what? I just Googled population density US map. Wait, no way. No way. That's wild, dude. That's wild. What a crazy take from... Dude, Ben is so smart. He's really smart at doing smart things. I, on the other hand, am a simple, unintellectual pleb who cannot comprehend the great mind of Ben Shapiro. Now, let me tell you something. Ben Shapiro is smart enough to at least not openly mask off, push the line and toe the line appropriately and not push it past the point where he will not be accepted in liberal circles. So that leads me to believe that Ben Shapiro is smarter than this. Why do you think he still does this? Because he's smart enough to know that his audience is fucking stupid. His audience is stupid enough to think that they are smart by just regurgitating whatever nerdy man says in a fast fashion. I'm not smart. I'm a himbo. I wear it on my sleeve. You know, I wear it. I say it with my chest. I'm a himbo. I'm not a very smart person. If I were to face Ben Shapiro in the marketplace of ideas, he would probably run circles around me. He's a very fast talker. That doesn't mean he's right, though. That doesn't even mean he's actually more intelligent than me. It just means that he is rhetorically better than I am. Because debates don't necessarily reflect the truth. It just shows who is more gifted in rhetoric, who is faster at disseminating as much misinformation as possible, who can cherry pick data and memorize facts faster than the other person. 75%, a made up number, a made up percentage, 75% of debating on the internet, I'm not talking about like debate clubs or other nerdy shit, I'm talking about internet debates. 75% of internet debates revolve around which side can hyper rationalize the same logical fallacies that they're calling out the other side on, whether it be gish galloping, whether it be argument ad absurdum, whether it be playing fast and loose on per capita arguments versus totality arguments when it suits you. That's it. That's what most of the debates are. I'm just simply pointing out a hypothetical to understand your moral system is just another way that you can try to intellectualize or rationalize a ridiculous argument that you're concocting. Having said that, though, there is a very large group of STEM lords on the internet that certainly loves that kind of commentary. They've been trained into loving that. Owning them with their own weapons is a necessity. It's just not something I can do. I'm not very good at it, I admit. There are others that are infinitely better than me at that.
You don't love the
Bosch is very good and a leftist.
You love your father,
Destiny is very good and a neoliberal.
Happy.
And they do a very good job of winning over the 20% that's in the margins that really, that kind of like fast talking debate style appeals to. I'm just not one of those people.